So I had to drop my resignation letter from my former place of work. I can't forget because I had so much fear in me. Am I going to really drop my resignation letter?
Yes.
Okay, after dropping the resignation letter, what will happen?
The Lord
Monthly
will
salary,
provide.
nothing is coming again. I will now come home, come up with doing what? No. So I
think that every time that we've thought about that period, we're always laughing. But I think that's actually a very, very important thing when it comes to marriage. And that's what we're talking about. Growing as a couple. You're welcome, everybody. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. We're so delighted to have you. If this is your first time here, or you have been watching, commenting, liking, and you have not subscribed,
now.
So like we said, we're talking about growing as a couple, and we're just going to, again, we're not perfect, we have not blown, we're still growing, we're still becoming, but we just want to share the lessons that we have learned, and hoping that it will help somebody, give somebody clarity, and help you to stop fighting with your partner, your husband or your wife. So this is why we are shooting today's video, so that if you have been fighting with your partner, you will stop, because growing as a couple is very important. But as you are growing, there'll be differences. This one thinks this way, that one thinks this way, and before you know it, everybody's arguing.
You guys should be able to get to a point where you align together, having different ideas in your heads. When you partner with your partner, let me use the word, or when you come together in alignment with your partner's ideas, it helps you to shaping up one another, and you'll be on the same.
All right. So I think we should start from you resigning. No. Actually, we should start from, just give a brief hint on what we started with.
There are so many resignations in this matter now. Even you.
I didn't resign.
The shutting down.
Yes.
At that junction of where would I start from? So
no, I think so. We should start from what we were at the beginning. So at the beginning, when we got married, both of us were working with organizing, like we're working under people.
Yeah.
Right. For lack of a better word. And I remember my pastor had asked us that. So
what are you people doing?
What are you people doing? And how much are you people making?
Oh.
And how much are you people making? I don't know. Can we say?
No. We are not saying that.
But just know that
whatever we were making
was
then,
not up to.
Whatever we were making then, was
not up to
paid
how much. Give a range. No, give a range. Both of us, what we're making.
Range of amounts?
Yes.
No.
Why are you scared?
No. Whatever we're earning then was not enough to sustain. I can imagine if we're still earning that now. But yeah, by now, Atima, also the mountain on my pray. We'll have gone to the mountain to start praying to God for financial breakthrough. So, but whatever we were making then was nothing to write home about if we're supposed to be earning that in this present economy. But it's something that we always thought about. It's something that we always think about. Imagine my wife and I's salary is not up to, after you have paid house rent, maybe you have eaten for a week, nothing is left. You know what that means?
No, we used to have like 20k now.
20k. You are saving 20k. Is that one saving? So
it was what we had. It was our widow's mite.
Yes, for our widow's mite.
So I think the idea is talk about what are the things that we did to grow. And I think the first big thing that we did was that you resigned. Yes. Talk about your resignation story. It's not my resignation story.
Okay, actually, the resignation story is something that anytime I remember, I'm always
thank God for my life.
I always thank God. But sometimes I used to remember the fear that surrounds
when are you going to do me
resignation. Yeah. I always thank God for myself and my wife for encouraging me to resign. I've always wanted to work for a while under people, then stand on my own. before we got married. But I used to discuss with my wife before we got married that okay, I wanted to become this, and this. So to fast forward to my resignation story, I remember I resigned on my birthday. Okay, and before then I've struggled with resignation, like dropping the resignation letter. It has been a struggle for me because once you resign, what next? Like, what will you be doing? No monthly salary, nothing. You just go home and start planning all over again. And and because I've always told my wife that I wanted to go into this media environment, media space thing, she has always encouraged me to drop the letter. I will have dropped the letter, like I dropped the letter in February, and we have discussing dropping the letter since August the previous year. So you can imagine moving from August, September to November, October, November, December, January, and on February when I wrote the letter, in fact, immediately I got to the office, I was telling her, should I drop this letter? She said, drop it. I said, hey, I will go to the HR's office. I will be looking at the man. We'll be looking at me. We'll be looking at ourselves. We'll be looking at ourselves. Mr. Tolu, do you need anything? I will say, so I'm coming back. I will leave the office. I will go and call my wife again. I will call my wife again and say, should I drop this letter? She will say, drop it. So we arrived at the conclusion and said, okay, I'm dropping it. Are you with me? She said, I'm with you. Are you with me? I'm with you. Oh yeah, let's go and drop it. Immediately I dropped it like that. I just called her. I have dropped the letter. It's like they pour hot water on my body. Like, hey, you have dropped the letter.
I was excited.
She was excited. I'm like, I've actually dropped the resignation letter.
I was excited.
So what will happen after this month? But she encouraged me to drop the letter, and which I did. I got home that day. She had cooked soup down for me.
Celebration.
To celebrate the resignation.
And he was looking like someone.
But I was looking like someone that they have taken his mandate from.
And I think that for me, the reason why I was like that was I always saw you. I think that for me, the reason why I was so excited and was pushing was I always saw you outside of that space. If you remember, I used to tell you that I don't see you here. I don't see you here at all. So I felt like that resignation was we're not a step in the right direction. I because I just felt like you were like, I don't know, you were not doing what you loved, you were not expressing yourself. I knew that this was not what you're supposed to do. And so even though I did not know what was going to happen like in the future, it's not like I had a plan. I would not even have the money to pursue the dreams that we had.
Yes.
But I knew that at least we have done step one, and the God who has called us will finish the rest. So in my head, step one done, and the God that has started with us, we finish it. So we celebrate. But he wasn't finding it funny. Because I remember every time you come out from work, I'll just be like, this place, I beg.
I have to leave my house 5:30 in the morning.
I don't even think it was about the 5:30. It was about the fact that you're not maximizing everything. You're not. And I wasn't going to allow that to continue, period. I think that for me, the reason why I was in such a celebratory mood was because I knew that where you were not maximizing everything that you've been called to be. Like, you were not even on 50%. And I just felt like when a rat race, like, go to work, is that all? Like, I beg. Well, I know you, like, when you're enjoying, I was not savage. I wasn't feeling it. And so I was happy. I was very, very happy. Because I knew without a shadow of doubt that work was not helping you to maximize everything that you have been called to be and do. I knew everything that we talked about before we got married, right? And I just felt like, at what point are we going to start doing it? I think another thing was, if we stayed in that place, we won't do anything. Because by the time you come back, you're tired. You just you're going to sleep. You're woken up. No, I beg. I wasn't. So, I one thing I told you, remember, was I prefer that you're not doing anything so that you have the time to think of what you now really want to do, than to always be going out every day. Yeah. You come back so tired, you don't have the space to now say, okay, with my life, what do I really want to do? So that was why I was beyond excited.
So to cut the long story short, we dropped the letter. Then should we go to yours?
No, so I think not mine immediately, because we dropped the letter in February. And then mine is actually before yours. So let's finish your story, then we'll go to mine. Because remember, my own happened the year before. Do you remember the story that you want to tell? So I think what now happened next for you was, and this is why, because again we're talking about growing together. God honors a couple's decisions. God, and one thing that we've seen with our marriage is God has honored when we take those risks, when we go
together,
like
when we step out for it,
when we step out blindly, right? God honors it, because what then happened was 2 months after, during just before COVID, I got like a job. I got to work on a project for a project that's in our life. When they told us the amount, the money, we're like, sorry, is that a mistake? I told my boss, sorry ma, did you make a mistake? She was like, yes, you're going to charge this, blah 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 blah. And both of us were like, wow. And the first thing in our head was, yes, this is the opportunity we've been waiting for. We're going to get a camera. So I think that, but if you had not resigned,
I wouldn't have been able to.
Things would be different.
Yeah, we'll probably have channeled the
money to something else. But because you have resigned, our mind was already on, okay, this is what you want to do. This is what you want to do. And this is what we need to get. Number one, we need to get a camera. If you remember, which was during the resignation time that you were asking other cinematographers, what's the camera you can get? So we were ready. So making the money came,
we were prepared for.
We knew exactly what camera.
Even before the money came, we were already prepared. We know what we will have done with anything that comes in at that time. So another thing again is prepared. You know, your mind, you're getting your mindset, your mind, and as a couple, you are agreeing to getting ready for something that is coming that you've not yet seen. Okay, and that's where faith comes into.
So I think I should talk about my own. My own starts with.
I remember your own time too. When I remember your time too when your boss was shutting down the company, and my wife came to me and started asking me, hey, should I apply? What should I apply to? And blah blah blah. No, she's in her head. She's already thinking of where to apply, and where to send her CVs to and everything and all. And I told her or do you want to talk about it?
No, too, because
I told her that day. I said, babe, you are not going to look for any job. You know what you can do. You know what you can do. This thing that you're going to look for, you can actually start it on your own, and you can actually be established. You can establish your own business yourself. And she, out of fear, because I'm using the word out of fear because she didn't completely agree with what I said, because in her mind she still felt hey, let me look for a job. Where will I start from and all those things? But I told her, I assured her, and I told her that don't worry, we are in it, and that's our favorite word. We are in it together. Yes. That's our favorite. We are in it together. Don't worry, do it. Don't worry. The other person will ask, are you sure? Are you supporting me with this? Yes, I'm supporting you. We are in this together. And once we go all out for the thing together, it will always turn well. Like she said, couple, when you agree to something, agreement, not you are agreeing and you are scared, or somebody is
one person will always be scared.
One person will always be scared, but you are showing yourself and you go all out and you put your head in it together. I'm telling you, you will come out very strong and it will come out the way you expect it to be.
Maybe even better.
Yeah, maybe even better. So I encourage that to stand alone. Don't look for any job. It was a struggle at the beginning, but come on. At the end of the day, I think you should come and you should go and serve me white soup to eat.
You're using time to ask for what to eat. White soup, go. But yes, I really agree. And then the next thing would be when you are growing together, right? Even though we're saying we're in this together, there will be times when this person has this idea, and the other person has
the other idea.
Yeah, and each person is saying this idea is not. Another person saying, but I believe. Yeah. That's where our live stream.
Yes.
So I will start. You will finish.
Okay.
So after he had resigned, we had gotten the camera. He had gone to train as a cinematographer and all of that. Then I just noticed that he will lock himself inside the studio in my head and be watching YouTube videos aimlessly. That thing is to annoy me. God.
She thought I was just watching videos and
that thing is to annoy me. I'll be like, you're just inside, you just look yourself, you're watching YouTube. Are you serious? You don't have anything to do. It is supposed to be said. And what do you be saying?
I know what I'm doing. That's what I used to say, like, I know what I'm doing. But,
that word is the best.
Yeah, but guys, why we are saying this is it's not enough to just say I know what I'm doing. Okay, it's important that you also let your spouse know what exactly you're doing.
And he did not used to do that at the beginning.
I don't used to do that because like women, we always want to do something big for our family. So sometimes when I'm in the studio alone, maybe reading, going through tutorials and all, it's not a thing of joy for me. Just lock myself up. I'm doing it because I need to do it, And I always tell her, babe, just trust me. I know what I'm doing. And if I'm a silent achiever, she knows me for that. I don't make noise, but I can be in my shell and doing great things. So I always tell her, don't worry, and don't worry, I'm doing something, I'm learning.
I think it's
but she doesn't believe me. She's only like, no, yeah. Maybe because she wanted attention too. Anyways.
Hey.
Yes. So I'm understanding that I know what I'm doing, but it's not enough to just say I know what I'm doing. Keeping your spouse, shut the door at your spouse, and in your own closet there, learning alone and not carrying them along. I think it's something that is also very dangerous for a couple. When you don't carry your spouse along, when you don't carry your spouse along, it makes them feel that one, it's either they think you have low self-esteem, you lock yourself up somewhere. They don't know what you are going through. They know, not for someone like me that you have resigned, you don't have anything you are doing, and you just lock yourself in a place. So I think that is also very important to always carry your spouse along. Whatever it is, even if you are learning something that only you will have the idea to know how to do, carry your spouse along. Let your spouse know that you are in it together, and there's nothing wrong with that.
On my part, I believe that when this is happening, I was putting a lot of pressure because I was just like, I'm not seeing stops. I'm not seeing stops. So, in like thinking about it now, trusting your partner a little bit more. So trusting you a little bit more would have even removed some of the heartache I was experiencing. Because whenever I leave you, whenever you say you know what you're doing, I'll just peep, see, I'll just see YouTube. After I see YouTube, I'll vex, I'll go inside like whatever, and I'll just be so pissed and whatever. But trusting your partner, like if he says he knows what he's doing, I think there was a time you told me live stream, I was like, what's that? Like, is that what we're talking about? Again, because I think I was trying to project my dreams like for you on you.
And she's dreaming on top of my head.
So in my mind, I'm like, live stream is not in my plan for you. But it was something that you really wanted to explore. So I believe that looking back, trusting your partner, trusting you a little bit more would have helped. Because if I trusted and said, okay, live stream, so what's that? I probably would have Googled, seen that it was a thing, right? When I now realized it was a thing, it was very funny. It was when my clients, right, was launching something, and then they were going to they needed a live stream at hybrid event expert, and I'm like, So it's actually a thing. And to think that since that time you have had not less than 20 live stream and hybrid event clients that would never want to work with somebody else because yours is so excellent. It's just beautiful. And thank God you stuck to what you knew.
Yeah, and also with on the point of trusting your partner, you that you are the partner too. It's very difficult for that kind of trust to be very solid at that point because there is a need, and there's a need to progress. There's a need to do big things. You understand? And you are in it together. If both of you are not doing anything, both of you are going to suffer for it. And if both of you are doing great things, both of you are going to enjoy it. So while the person needs to trust you, you also need to open, it's like somebody's in the darkness. You are holding the person's hand, and the person doesn't know, the person cannot see anything, but you are the one holding the person, and you have the torchlight. You have to put the torchlight so that the person can know where both of you are going. You that they are trusting, you need to also let the person that is trusting you see what you are doing. Every step you are taking, let the person know. It helps to keep track of everything. If what you are doing, you tend to achieve it, in the next 3 months, or maybe it's after 3 months we are going to now explore, start doing big things. Let the person know it's after 3 months. No, you cannot keep put somebody in darkness that is expecting that in the next 1 month you should start doing big things. And if you don't do big things in the next 1 month, and in your mind you know it's 3 months, and the person doesn't know it's in 3 months, it's going to be a problem. It's not that it's going to be a problem in the home, but it's going to make the other person feel bad. The person will either think you are not doing well. The person will either think that is either the person think you are not doing well, or the person feels this person is just wasting his or her time. So it's good that they are trusting, carry the person along. Let the person know whatever you are doing at one point in time. In fact, sometimes you have to go to your spouse and still ask for advice on the same thing that you are doing in your closet. So it's good that you carry your spouse along. Very, very important.
Okay. Final advice from me and from you. I will start as ladies. Sorry, as a lady.
Yes, start.
Mine would be, I don't know, but I would think that in many relationships, I hope I'm not over. If you are, or let me say, if you are like me in the relationship where you're the one that is probably a little bit more pushy. No, not pushy is the bad word. I'm not pushing the name of Jesus. You are a little
bit more concerned about every single.
Like you want to see that everyone is moving.
Yes.
Give the other person grace. Sometimes I don't used to give. Him grace. Give the other person grace. They are not like you. If you try to get them to be like you will annoy them.
Or sometimes you make them lose their self. I don't want to use esteem. Their
you make them start distrusting
energy
themselves, and because you're trying to make them to become like you. He's always telling me, "Don't worry, I know what I'm doing." So sometimes what I do is, okay, just let me know what you're doing. Let me know where you need help, and etc. Because in the end, he executes sometimes more than I do, but I make a lot of noise.
She's a noise person. She likes making noise.
So I feel like you should give the other person grace, and if there's something that you want the other person to do, and you're not saying it, because there was a time, I'm going to shade my husband. There was a time, I wanted him, this particular cinematography course he took. Before he took that course, before I convinced him, say what they want to teach me. I will learn it online.
Right time.
I will learn it online.
I was waiting for the right time.
And I'm like, I don't think you will learn this particular one online. Because again, men have problem with courses. Now, he's a changed man.
I am always ready to.
So, what I did is, don't force. You pray. I'm serious. They don't now come back to you and say, that thing. Or I will keep ringing it in his ear sweetly. I'll be putting it in conversations, but small. See, they don't like pressure. Once they feel like you are pressuring them, once they feel like you are forcing them, they will not back out completely and say, do your worst. So
you'll now be looking at yourself.
So, but me, I know what I want. So I'll be using style. I'll be coming in, small. Before you know it, and I'll go and pray. It's not I'll come out to me and say, I won't check online for that thing. Or if loss comes to worse, if it's the one that both of us can listen together, Mama, increase volume, course, to the loudest. And it will be seeping inside their soul. Okay. So that's my advice. Don't push. Go slowly. Give the person grace, trust, and pray. And know that in the end, you have your partner's best interest at heart. Your partner also wants to grow. It's not that they don't want to grow. You just have a different way of showing, of expressing, of learning. They don't have to do it your way.
Okay. My own final advice is, especially if you are someone like me, that's like you're a silent. I used to use the word silent achiever. You can be in a place, but you're planning something big in your head and you're achieving something big. Now, one, you need to agree to do things. This is what I mean. I remember when we did the course. When I did the course, it's like using all your life savings to go and do a course. You don't have anything. You don't have any idea. And you want to go and gather money. And somebody is telling you to come and let's use all the money we have to go and do the course. And you know what it means? Me that I want to do the course, it's not that I'm scared of doing the course. It's something that I've always wanted to do, okay? That's why sometimes you see me, I go on YouTube and start learning all those things. But she wanted me to still go ahead and do the course. And me, the only thing I was thinking about that period was the money. If we use this all money we have to do the course, what will happen? I know I used to ring it in our head that time that after doing the course, after using our life savings to do the course, will the course give us money? And You and I knew then that it's not that this course is going to give us money after the next, like immediately we finish the
They
course.
didn't give us
But
immediately.
what I liked about it and what I'm advising is both of you should put your head in it together. Once your spouse knows that he has your backing, I get backing. Once your spouse knows that I have your backing, it's going to give the person encouragement, the energy, and you have the ginger to do whatever you both agree to do. But if one person is always, pushing the other person, do this, do that, and you're thinking of the money, you don't want to waste the money, and the other person keeps pushing you, and in your own mind, you don't, like she said, once you push too much, the person backs out. Well, I'm not even doing. Okay, I'm not doing. What do you want to do? And what will you do? Like, sincerely, what are you going to do about it? So my advice is trust the process. Once both of you have a process and you have agreed, trust the process. No matter how long it's going to take, as long as you are together, it's like you are going on a journey. You are on a ship together. You are going on a journey. No matter how long it's going to take, you are going to get there. Once you both agree to go on the journey together, it helps the other person to know that I am not alone. It helps the other person know that I'm not alone. Even if you are sinking, the other person will pull you up. Even the other person is sinking, the other person will pull you up. So that's the power of being a couple. And that is why you actually got married, to do things together, to go on a journey from day one to forever together. So whatever happens, if the other person is failing, you are failing. If the other person is also failing, you are failing. So both of you are in it together. Trust yourself, trust the process, and even if it's not going well, still go all out for it together. And at the end of the day, you will be all right. And if you look at the journey now, all we can say is we're thankful that we made the decision. And that's it. That's another thing. That decision that you are scared to make. As long as you are doing it together, make it. It could be a step to the breakthrough of what's going to happen. If we had not resigned, if we were scared of resigning,
Imagine you resigned just before COVID started.
Yes, before COVID started. And you knew what happened during COVID.
You'd have been going out every day because you're working in medical.
I worked in the medical line.
And the money was.
So
and look at how the economy has. So
that's it, guys. Work together, agree, grow together. It's important. It's for the two of you. It's very beautiful. So beautiful. I have to be charging my wife for some of this work I do for her too.
Which work do you do for me?
She used to bribe me with food.
My food is. You can testify.
Can you make white soup after this?
Are you trying to bribe me? Like, this is not even bribe. This is.
Please try and ask. Maybe you drop in the comment section. Ask her if she has made the white soup after this video.
This is not right.
I have exposed
this is. I don't even know what this is. You are forcing my hand into something.
Not forcing your hand.
Okay, bring 10K now.
So, guys, I hope you.
Bring 10K.
No problem.
Good.
Guys, I hope you
we hope that you learn one or two things. Please tell us what you learned in the comments.
Yes, tell us what you learned in the comments. If you want to share your own experience too, you can drop in the comment section. And we always tell you guys, is there anything you want us to still talk about?
Let us know.
Let us know. We'll be so glad to do it. I've been asking my wife that somebody was asking us we should come on live, Insta live. We should come on Insta live.
You guys, I've never done an Insta live before.
She's always will people join and all those things.
It's not guys, one person.
If you want us to come on Insta live,
maybe if we get like 20 people.
Yes, if we get like 20 people say yes, we'll come live.
In fact,
we announce the day we are coming.
I'll be
on
talking
Insta
to
live.
myself.
So guys,
thank you for watching.
Don't forget to share, like, share, and
subscribe.